Hi, my name is Hassan. I'm the creator of Chartist, Swappy, and the Parliament scripts, all found on aescripts.com. Today, I'll be showcasing my newest script. It's called States. States is an After Effects extension and can be found on the extension panel. It allows you to save variations of values for any property and apply it anytime. For example, let's save the points property of the star. This is the main button that stores all the values. Once we click on it, it creates a UI container for the shape layer. It has the name of the layer and the composition which is in, and the label color. You can change the label color to anything you want. Customize it, and you can revert back obviously to the label. Once you change the name or the label color and you update any values, everything will update here. So this section is the layer state, we'll discuss in a bit. And this section here is the property UI container, and it has the name of the property. As you see, this is the value of 5. Let's save another value. For this instance, at 3, and we hit save. Now we have 3 and 5. So we can, if we click on the value, it will update based on the stored value. Let's add more properties. Let's store the color. Now it adds another value container with the color. There is the nickname option, so you can change the name of the value rather than the actual value itself. And you can delete the nickname anytime. Let's change the color to something else, store it. So now we have both colors. Now that we've stored multiple properties, we can store layer states. So now we can say orange star. So now the layer state is defined by the variations that we stored. Let's add another property. Let's do the scale, and let's add multiple values. So as we see, we can apply all these different values. We can delete any value. This specific value can be deleted from the list. And if we want to update a specific value, we can simply update it here. So now we have these two different values. If we click on this button here, it will delete the entire property. The next button to the delete property is the select property. And once you click on it, it will jump straight to the property, so you can quickly change the value. The next button is the apply at playhead. For this, this needs an animation. And so far we've been storing static values. Let's store an animation. For example, this is going from left to right. And if we store it, it will store the position as an animation. Let's call it left to right. And let's delete the animation, so now it has nothing. If we click on it, it will apply the animation at the exact same time that it was stored at. If we kill it again and click the playhead now, and if we have it at different time, it will apply the animation then. We can have multiple animations. We have left to right. We can go top to bottom. So now we can apply two different animations at the same time. Now that we have a new property and it's not connected, as you will see, has nothing to do with the layer states that has been stored before. So in order to add these to it, we can just click on the add property to state, and it will show all the layer states and the global state. We don't have any global state at the moment. Let's say we want the top to bottom to be applied to the triangle states only, and the left to right to be to the star ones. So now once we start applying them, it will keep jumping between the animations. So far we've been saving animations as tracks, and that happens when we select the entire track or all the keyframes. The result will be completely changing the track rather than just adding keyframes. Let me give a quick example. So let's add a keyframe going top. Just one keyframe is selected and the rest are not. And if we store it now, it will be as animation 3. Let's name it extra. So now if we look at the left to right as we expected, it did both of them is deleting all the other keyframes. But now if we add the extra, it will only add that extra keyframe. And if we add it, if we go back and we add it at a specific time, it will add it then. Let's delete this keyframe and this extra, and let's add another animation. Let's call it diagonal. So now if we go back to the basics, diagonal should just add the keyframes. Now that we have more than one animation, we have the option, which is a new button that shows up, which is called merge animations. And this basically gives you the option to merge two different animations at the same time. Let's do the top, bottom, and the diagonal without the left. And we'll say diagonal top, bottom. We have the option to delete it, but let's not delete it now. So now if we apply this, it has both animations. And we still have the other ones. Let's go to diagonal and now merge it. The left to right, and now delete both of them. So now once we merge them, an important feature with layer state is that you can store the apply at playhead in the layer state. So let's save this position animation and let's store while we have the apply at playhead and so now we can add the time stored, which in this case it's 0 seconds. But if now we apply the layer state, it will apply it at the playhead. The last button to discuss in the property UI container is the unrestricted. And let's add a new layer. And I look at the positions, we don't have any animations. So though this is selected, if now I click on the animation, it will only add it to the star, which is the main layer. But now if I click on unrestricted and now click on the any other layer, it will now apply it to the selected layer. Similarly with color, if we save this color here. Now we can apply it to other layers if we have the unrestricted mode. For every property, there is a hidden drop-down menu. If you click on the name, you can see it here, and it will show it. This is useful when you have like a lot of values and you don't want to go through them like that. And you can unhide it like this. Similarly, if you click on this empty area, it will minimize the layer, just showing the layer states to save space. I've created a new example with 2 layer states for each element. So we have the green left star, and the same object becomes an orange triangle, right? As you can see, these are the different properties. Same for the circle. We have two layer states. So now we can create global states. Let's say this is first one, and this is the second one. So now they have 2 different global states, and we can add more variations if we want. Now that we have multiple global states, if we want to use this project later on, we can save it. Let's say test. So now if we add a new project, it will ask any unsaved will be lost. Now we have a clear one. If we look at the project, apply, and it comes back. And we can see it's still working. We can import and export. So let's say we export this test JSON to the desktop and we delete it. So now we don't have anything here. We can easily import it, the same file, and we call it test2, and again everything is still working. And now that we have all the different global states, we can render them in with one click, and it will say these will save the 3 different states. Let's say on the this is successfully. We don't want to render them now because we can change the output and then we can render. Similarly, because we've got all the different global states, we can apply a template, and so far, and once we click on that, it will create all the expressions needed, as well as a new master element with a drop-down menu of the different states that we have applied. So now this is perfect for Mogrts, to convert this to a Mogrt. Just add this. And you have everything. To customize the UI, we have to click on the settings button, and it will show us 3 different options. The first one is the theme, and you can see we can change the theme. There's a lot of pre-built ones, and you can obviously create your own. You can change and do whatever you want. I'll speak about the columns in a bit, and same for the UI scale, so we can make it as small or as big as we want. The columns options, as you see, we have 1 column here. Let's make it 2. So now we have 2 columns. If we have more layers, and we can store all these different with one click. As you see, now we can have more than one column and we can move things around. We can add an organizer. Let's call this organizer stars. And we can move all the stars into it to keep things tidy. We can drag things around the way we want. And we can search for specific things. Let's search for circle. Everything else will be hidden, so we can get quickly to what we need. And lastly, it's showcasing the basic mode. Everything we've covered so far has been the advanced mode. Basic mode is basically a very simple version from what we've done before. So if I save the positions of all the stars, that will group them in, this will group them in one state, and this will be for this exact selection. So it will be for this exact selection. So if I change now the position and save a new state, we'll create another position state. And if I now click on some of them and click on state, it will create a new state rather than updating the old one. So this works based on the exact selection. You can see how we can affect things differently. And like before, we can delete specific values and or update them.